Well guys, isn't that a beautiful sight? Welcome to the channel. So as you can see, we have now painted the 90 and it is looking fantastic. Let me show you exactly the process we went through to get this as good as it is now. Well guys, we're getting ready now to put the 90 in the paint booth, so it's all being masked off. You can see obviously working from the inside to cover all the holes. All the windows are blanked off. Now there's a few little bits and pieces I'm not sure of. So we have got where they had, looks like we had some off-road wheel arches on here, some wide arches. These little holes might not be covered by the new wheel arches, I'm not sure. We'll have to address that afterwards, but everything else I think is going to be fine. We're going to be bending the rules slightly and we're going to use tintable Raptor with 40% thinners, which sounds a lot, and it is a lot, but you have to obviously build up the coats, and that is why they recommend it's just 20%, because it's designed really to go on with one coat. We're actually doing two coats over a layer of primer, which is going to be a black base primer, filler primer. That's going to cover the whole body. Now the reason we're doing that is because obviously we've got loads of different colours. It's quite a light colour I've chosen, so we want everything to be tonally correct. So if we do a nice coat of the black primer on there first, and then we're using a cellulose gun, which I think is a 1.3, to actually apply the thinned out Raptor, and that should give us a nice eggshell finish. And as I say, it's wet on wet we're doing, just to save on material and the time it's going to take to do it, and that should give us a really nice finish, and it's being baked. So Raptor takes quite a while to go off. You know, once you throw it on, although it is touch dry within a few hours, it takes almost 48 hours to cure properly. So by baking it, having it thinner, it should work a little bit more like regular paint. Anyway, that gives you an idea of what we're doing. I'm going to film them painting it, because I think that would be quite interesting to show you how it goes on and the process. But obviously they've got a bit of work to do yet to mask this off. These panels are done, so they've had primer, two coats. Really pleased with the finish. It's just got that really nice eggshell finish, nothing too harsh. So I'm a massive fan of this colour, I really am, and I think it's going to look brilliant when it's on. So yeah, that's all done. So we have come up with a bit of a problem, and that is we've got the fuel leaks back, and we think it's to do with the actual tank itself. There is some damage on the tank, and it's weeping in these seams here, so I'm going to have to give it a good clean and see what's up with it. But I think repairing it is a waste of time. I think, you know, the cost is about £135 for a brand new tank. I think that would be a good option really to get that in there. So the guys have now blown everything off, dust-wise, but now you need to degrease everything, and then they'll run a tack cloth over it as well, just to sort of get rid of any lint or oils, and then it'll be ready for the primer. So you can see, hopefully, it's already drying off super quick. It's very warm in here, but there'll be little areas where, just trying to find one, say for instance that little area there. Hopefully what they'll do is they'll just nib that down a little bit, just to give it a smoothing off ready for the second and the main coat. A little bit on here, look, you can see. So once that's dry, that will really show up, and they'll be able to go around it and actually make sure that it's all nice and smooth and ready for its first main coat. That's half an hour in the oven and it's all baked off nice and dry. So obviously it's got a bit of a sort of matte finish to it, and that'll help the paint stick, which is even better. So that is the first coat on, and you could see there that it's very, very light. It's just the first initial coat is a dusting, just to give it an even tack, because we're doing a wet on wet. It's likely that the guy's going to have to do 3 coats, and I think that will get the finish that we want. But it'll be interesting to see the changes after each coat. So, like I say, 40% is really thinned out, but because you've got that Raptor in there, it does thicken things up a bit. So now it's being sprayed on with a clear coat gun, which is a 1.3 nozzle. That's nice and fine, but it throws out quite a lot of material. So hopefully the next coat will get a bit more even, and then the third coat should give it just like a total tonal finish. Now they're only going to give it 4 or 5 minutes between coats, so literally he's now going to top up again. He's back already, and we're going to go straight in. Right, that was the last coat. So 3 coats of paint, 1 coat of primer, and that is a really nice coverage. So as I said before, possibly in a previous video, it's a satin finish, so it really helps because you can do lots of light coats, dusting coats. You haven't got to get a flow on the paint or anything like that, so it's so forgiving and it goes on so much nicer. So we're going to leave that now. I think that'll probably bake off for about half an hour. Well, that is now ready to go. I'm going to be getting that on Monday, so let me step outside and tell you what the plan is. Well, we're back now in a slightly quieter environment, back in the workshop. Let me tell you what the plan is. So, that is all the paint done bar 1 hinge, which they're going to do on Monday. But the plan for Monday, and today is Thursday, I'm actually off tomorrow. I'm picking up a car for myself, an old car. If you're interested, let me know and I'll show you. But anyway, I'm going to be going around on Monday, and we're going to bring the 90 over to my workshop. That gives me, so what was it, 6.5, 7.5, 8. That gives me 2 days to finish the whole project, which I think is doable, except we do have one major problem. We've got no clutch. So clearly the clutch has bound itself to the plate. We need to separate that somehow, so that is going to be a job for Monday. It's just been pushed around for so long, it's just obviously seized up against, I think, the plate. So we've got to try and get that freed off if we can. I don't know how we're going to go about that, but I'll try my hardest on Monday. But as is always the case, I've had a couple of weeks with not having that much to do to show you guys, because it's been little things like trimming and bits and pieces which aren't very Land Rover-y. So content's been a bit thin, but all of a sudden I've now got a whole heap of work to get stuck into. So I've got 2 full days to get that 90 finished. And then we've got a load more stuff for the camper. So we've got all the finishing trim for the interior. We've got the lights to put in. We've got the bed to get fixed finally. I've got a new headliner that's going in, a black headliner from Britpark. They very kindly done the front section for me, so I'm going to reinstall that. There is a lot to do, so there's going to be a whole heap of content coming out very soon. Now, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll see the weekly newsletter anyway, but it's worth subscribing to our mailing list, because if you do, you'll get notification that way, and we do an offer every week. So I think this week has been a free box of workshop gloves when you spend over £100. Next week, spoiler alert, we're going to be doing a free bottle of Forte diesel treatment if you spend over £100. That's a really nice little bonus, if you like, when you're ordering, because you will love that stuff and it's so good. So look out for that. That's going to be coming next week in your inbox or on the Shorts YouTube channel. Now, as I just mentioned, I've been trimming like a madman this week, and this is our bed, which is all ready for a carpet. So I've actually trimmed the base now of the bedboard, and I've shortened it. I mentioned that earlier, but I'm just waiting for some carpet to come in now, which I'm going to put on the face where the mattress goes. That's got to go in. We've got our little duct here for our heater inlet, and that means we can now put the diesel heater outside and feed it straight in. So that's all been done. And then more stuff on the inside. We'll get some lights on. There we go. So more stuff on the inside. All the top here, look, is trimmed. Now, I've got a trim piece to put all the way around the outside edge, but this is all trimmed. I've got an edging strip to go around there, which is going to be the same finish as this, which looks really nice. I've ordered a table, that's to come. We have also got some lashing rails here, which I'm going to use to fix the power pack and the diesel heater in place. They're not a risk when we're driving. So that's all done. I've got these really funky plastic little catches here. Now these slot in and they don't rattle anywhere near as much as the metal ones, so that's really good. Because I do think we're going to get a lot of rattling in here. I mean, we've got this for a start. We've got to make sure that everything's secured down, and that's going to mean me taking a trip and waiting for it all. I've ordered all the bolts as well and the caps. They're all going to be going on in the next week or so. And then on the inside here, I have actually fitted the passenger seat, as you can see there. And I've also fitted one of Mudd's really good little interior lights. That's going to go on the new console, you can see. And I'm going to put some insulation in here before we put the new headliner in. So we are very, 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 very close to being able to go out for a trip. Also, we've got new mirrors. So I was really struggling with the old mirrors. I really like what I did, but unfortunately every time you open the door or the door caught the wind a little bit, they'd hit the mirror and knock it out of position, which was just no good at all. So we've just got back in stock these extra long mirror arms, and they are ugly as sin, but they're really, really practical. So if you've got a trailer or you've got a caravan you're towing with your Defender, these are a really good little thing. Now, I've also been trialing these blind spot mirrors because these have been out of stock for a very long time, and you can see they're the matte finish ones, so they look very factory, but they've got that blind spot in them. I'm not sure if I'm going to run them on both sides, but on the driver's side, they're really handy. The trouble with having it on the passenger side is it's just too far away to really benefit from having that. It just does, you can't see much, and also you restricted your view. So for me, I'm either going to have a standard one of these on the passenger side, or I might go for a big one as well, because obviously I've got them. And then we did really want heated mirrors. Now, the thing about the heated mirrors is they will fit on these arms. So I'm just going to trial these for a bit and see how I get on with them. And then we'll see whether we go for heated mirrors, the bigger Sparfax ones, or whether we stick with these. But I really like that blind spot mirror. So there you go, folks. Loads to see. I hope you enjoyed seeing the paint going on the 910. I always find that really, really exciting because it just shows that we're very close to the end, and it gives you a glimpse of what the vehicle's going to look like. And I'm really pleased with the colour. You'll know, obviously, that it's the same as our 130, so I'm quite looking forward to doing a little photo shoot with both of these. It's going to look awesome. But we're going to be check and play on next week. We've got, obviously, all the door latches to put back in. We've got glass to put on the rear door. We've got the rear door to fit. We've got all the seats to go inside. We've got the benches to go. It's a whole lot of work in 2 days, but I can do it. So make sure you tune in. If you subscribe, you won't miss it. If you have already, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one.